In the black void of open space sits the Baleen class rebel freighter, the Fluke, home and base of operations for Purrgil Company. Inside, crammed into the conference room, are the 12 members selected for this special mission, and one grouchy-looking Duros with his hands clasped behind his back. Lieutenant Everson begins his briefing.
The Empire has left itself vulnerable on Druckenwell, and the time to strike is now. I know 12 people against a garrison seems ill-advised, but the desire is for you to get in and get out before being overwhelmed. Ace, Snakes, and 4, you'll conduct an airstrike from your headhunters on a research facility Ace and Zach found. Looks like nasty stuff in there, so be sure to get the whole thing. What kind of nasty stuff are we talking about here? This isn't going to be another Blue Shadow situation, is it?
No, nothing like that, but still pretty bad. It certainly won't be easy, that's for sure, but it's possible.
Additionally, it'll be necessary for you to conduct your simultaneous missions before the main assault. Brack is the local resistance leader, and will handle your covert entry through the Dicey Cantina. He can also provide safe harbor if anything should go wrong, or you become separated. Good luck, Purrgil Company. May the Force be with you. All right, everyone. This mission is in and out, which means no lollygagging or dilly-dallying. I know we all knew the risk when we signed up, but this is a distraction tactic, so no one needs to go die on me. Stay safe out there and watch each other's backs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Purrgil Company, roll out.
ASTROGATION! Purrgil Company's flyboys Ace, Snakes, and 4 embark on their journey to Druckenwell to raze a secret Imperial research facility. Can the structure survive the bombardment of 3 Z-95 Headhunters? See for yourself in Flight of the Revenants.
Welcome to another episode of Dicey Cantina. Tonight I'm joined by Andrew Armstrong, Paul, and Doug, and I'm your host, Mark. Just kidding, I'm not.
No, you're the host now.
Oh, okay, great. I have this whole thing planned out.
Already? Yeah. I'll GM, you host. It'll be great.
I did that to Doug once.
Yeah. So, guys, welcome back to the Dicey Cantina. Thanks for joining us. And tell us a little bit about your character, what you do, and what you want us to know. Yeah. So, Doug, introduce yourself.
So I'm introducing myself and my character, right?
Yeah, and tell us about your headhunter too. But...
Oh, cool. Right. So my name is Doug Everhart. Love playing these games. I play them a lot. And tonight I'll be playing Ace. Ace is a retired clone. He is about 30, also 60, I guess, in clone years. And Ace is the leader of the Revenant squadron. And Ace's Z-95 Headhunter, which Ace calls the Starbird, it's kind of a typical headhunter. The Revenant squadron has sort of blue coloration, and Ace's Headhunter in particular has a big Starbird kind of painted all over the top of it. So it's painted sort of so big that it goes onto the wings and a little bit onto the kind of pointy tip of the Headhunter. And it kind of paint sort of covers part of the glass that comes down over it. But I'm picturing this paint as being like, once he's inside, it's totally transparent. And I think that this seems like painting your Rebel alignment on your ship is a pretty dangerous and bold statement, just like his hand tattoos that are also the Rebel Starbird. He's kind of obsessed with the Rebel Starbird, I guess. But I think he sees this as a symbol of hope and liberation throughout the galaxy. So he wants to, knowing that it might be an antagonizing bad idea, he counters that by saying that he wants to show this symbol of freedom to the people that they're defending.
For quick clarification, when you say Starbird, do you mean like the Rebel Alliance logo that we're familiar with, or the Rebels Starbird?
I was thinking the logo, the kind of tri-tipped circle.
Yeah.
I was Googling it a couple weeks ago when I was first making Ace, and I heard it called the Starbird, so I just latched onto that, I guess.
No, it's the right term for it.
Mm-hmm.
What they did in Rebels was they were giving it kind of the symbol's origin as well, and so there's a slight variation where it's still more bird-like.
Yeah, it's sort of like a phoenix.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? That's a podcast that everybody should be listening to, the Starbirds.
That's right. Have I not realized that that's why they named it that way.
Yeah, it's new. I'd highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Sam from Starbirds has been helping out with some of the editing too.
Cool.
So Ace has a clone friend from long ago that is probably number 2 in the squadron, and that'd be Snakes, right, Mark?
Yep, Rev 2. So, hey, I'm Mark, also Eberhard. You may know me from previous episodes of Dicey Cantina, where I played Syndra, and you may also know me from the podcast Coruscant Nights and The Other Place.
The Other Place is amazing. It's one of my favorite ones.
Thank you. It's
Everyone
a lot of
should listen
fun.
to that. Coruscant Nights is amazing too, but
Thanks.
I got in on the ground floor on The Other Place. I'm
Yeah.
not as far behind.
It's a lot. It's very helpful to get in right when a podcast starts.
Yeah. Hint, hint, listeners.
We're
right.
only 8 episodes in.
Yeah.
Probably 12 at this point.
Yeah, it's going to be like 2 months before this
Yeah.
comes out.
Snakes as a clone, he's been around for about 30 years. He's the same batch as Ace. The two of them fought together in the Clone Wars and kind of lost touch for a little bit after that. But as Revenant Squadron was forming up, they got back together. Snakes is, he looks like a clone. He is also about 30, which looks like about 60. He has a bald head, a big white beard, rivals Mr. Life Day himself. And yeah, he likes to keep things pretty light when he's in the cockpit. These missions tend to get dark fast. Revenant Squadron has gone through more pilots than he cares to remember in the past couple years. His Z-95, these are the old type Z-95, so they're from the Clone Wars. His is painted blue like the rest of the squadrons. He's got a little forked tongue on the nose of it, along with a little grin with some fangs. He likes to call it the rope dancer, which is a type of serpent. It's actually an aquatic sort of serpent because after their last mission, they thought it might be an interesting idea to seal up these bad boys so that they could perform underwater, which he thinks is going to help out a lot on Druckenwell.
A planet of 90% ocean.
Yeah.
Yes, I think
maybe they got sent here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they got teamed up with the Purrgil Company, these space whales, for a reason.
Indeed. And also joining their squadron and joining us is Paul, the Dicey Cantina regular, but not playing Veer or Kuman.
Yeah, not playing one of my other 800 characters.
Yeah.
It's not because I can't commit, I promise. Well, I'm Paul. I'm playing a Clone Wars veteran also. Goes by the name of 4. Originally, that was his position in his original squadron. He is the newer member of Revenant Squadron. He's only been working with Ace and Snakes for about a year now. For him, it feels very familiar working with clones again. He's enjoying it. Also has a Z-95 Headhunter that he has sort of modified a bit to be a little faster, a little more of an interceptor, because he sees it kind of as his job to protect the other people in the squadron. He suffered some pretty serious burns during the Clone Wars on his hands and forearms, and it burned his throat a bit too. He tends to be a little quieter, a little more laconic, and that may explain why I can't do a good clone accent. His Z-95 is also blue, and his little personal flair is he put a big 4 on both wings.
Yeah, so we have Rev 1 through 3, and
Right.
one of them is named 4.
And one of them is named 4, exactly.
Has 4 named his headhunter? Because we've got the Starbird, the rope dancer, and
Yes, it is 4, which if there is a Rev 4, that causes some tension, I think.
He's a simple man just trying to make his way in the galaxy.
Exactly. He keeps it simple. He doesn't say a lot because it kind of hurts to speak, but he's got what he likes and he sticks with it.
awesome. Well, I think we're ready to start playing because we've been chatting forever. Getting you guys caught up. But the first thing we got to do is you guys got to roll your destiny for me while I check and see if we have anything for donate for destiny for this recording session.
Check. 2 light side.
Okay.
I'd like to keep those light. Thank you.
1
I
dark
think Mark
side.
knows what's about to happen.
And I know who did it too.
There we go. Also 1 dark.
1 dark. So you guys had a pool that started 2 light and 2 dark. But yes, we do in fact have a donation for Donate for Destiny and a quick message for you guys.
Donate for Destiny. Making contributions to child's play. I like this. Let's make some kids' life a little bit better as they go through a rough spot in life. But, and as it is with the Force, we can't have a little light without the dark. So, I hear the Eberhard brothers are playing. Wow, now, we can't allow them to have an easy way now, can we? Eberhard brothers, This dark side pool is for you.
AJ, you wonderful jerk.
I love it.
AJ's playing on my podcast soon, just so everybody knows.
Can you really be mad at somebody who gives you dark side tokens in order to donate to charity?
So Dicey Cantina, Starbirds, Coruscant Knights, Flight Risk, and New Republic Radio. Yay, everybody. All people that we've mentioned tonight, too. Maybe not on recording, but all good people, and it's all a great cause.
So let's keep it up, listeners at home. All right. So, Revenant Squadron, you guys are starting this evening outside the Fluke, your Baleen Freighter home base for Purrgil Company. And you're in your headhunters. You're kind of sitting out in space, getting ready to launch for your mission. Outside your cockpit view screen, you can see the U-Wing that Mim flies that has the rest of the strike force on it. So Mim is a brawl. She gives you a click message over the comms.
Now, Flyboys, don't y'all start too early on us. Gotta give everybody here ample time for mission completion before we all get swarmed by troopers. All right.
And the U-Wing jumps to hyperspace, becomes a streak and a speck, and disappears. As you guys get ready to input coordinates into your... Because you guys, I don't know if you know this, but your headhunters are special. They have hyperdrives, and you're going to have to input some coordinates and make a hyperspace jump to Druckenwell.
Are you making us roll astrogation?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I think Ace he's the leader of this team. I don't think he ever asked for this position. I think he inherited it, maybe reluctantly, but he's stepping up to fill a position. So I think he's gonna gesture to his wingmen. Snakes and 4. Are you ready to fly?
Good to go.
4 copy.
All right, begin final preparations. I think he's probably flipping some.
Yep,
switches.
Snakes is
4 is going there. He's trying to
hitting the toggles.
get his calculator out, trying to figure out how to do math again.
The calculator is to figure out what numbers to input into the Navicomputer to calculate.
Right.
It's four.
It all comes at 4.
Yeah, the button definitely that has the 4 on it is worn down.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sorry. What is our difficulty here?
So you guys are going to need to make an average astrogation check.
Okay.
You guys are currently in Bothan space, so you're not far, but you've got to make it a little ways.
If anybody's looking into Snake's cockpit, he is mostly for comedic effect. He's gotten the big flimsy paper map out, and he's trying to open it up in this tight space. But it's actually not helping at all, and that was a wash because I don't roll well on Dicey Cantina.
It's one of my favorite things you do, Mark.
So, sorry, astrogation's a bit of a blind spot for me as the player for prepping Ace. I think anytime that I feel kind of ill-prepared or fail, I think that Ace is kind of starting to feel his age as a clone. Can I have a boost for having the coordinates?
Yeah, you've been there before.
Okay, yeah, so I've been to Druckenwell. 1 success.
All right.
And it was on my boost die.
Oh, perfect. What about you, Paul?
So apparently 4 plus 4 is 2 threat. Although 4 did take a rank in astrogation, so he is very confident of that 2 threat.
He's very confident.
He's very confident of his answer.
So Snakes comms over. I seem to be having a little trouble finding Druckenwell on my maps. Anybody doing better out there?
Yeah, I'm scanning over the coordinates right now. I thought you should definitely already have this, but there you are.
They gave me this paper map. It's not really doing much good over here. These old headhunters, getting a little old.
I don't know where you found that map. There's no way it can be accurate. Don't use that.
Those coordinates don't look right, but I'll follow you.
I think there's an extra 4 in 4's coordinates for this threat.
Okay.
So Ace sends over the coordinates that have been calculated from his Navicomputer, and you guys make the jump to hyperspace. It's a relatively short ride in the blue tunnel that is the maw of the hyperspace, and then everything reverts to real space, and you're kind of on the edge of the Druckenwell system. And I think that we're going to do another quick check because 4 had some threats in there, and I think the result is that 4 didn't input a short alteration, so he's reverting in the same space as Ace is. And so you guys got to make a very quick piloting check to avoid running into each other to start the night.
Okay, that'll be fun. Hope I roll better.
What's the difficulty?
This is a hard piloting, and I'll flip a token just to make sure everything gets started on the right foot.
It's 2 purple and a red?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, a failure with 4 advantages.
Okay.
I got 2 success, a threat, a triumph, and a despair.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. You check Discord.
Are you rolling on the Discord? Okay.
I'm rolling on Discord.
That is true. Oh my goodness. I wasn't ready to switch my GM legs that much, but shit, I get what I set up for myself.
It's odd because I would have expected the 2 to cancel each other out, but apparently those are both.
No, they stick around. They don't cancel out.
So this could be terrible. Well, great.
So combining your guys' results, you would have how many failures did you have, Doug?
1 failure, 4 advantages.
Okay. So between you both taking the moment to realize that you got to bank hard to avoid running into each other, you successfully do that with a couple of advantage and a triumph and a despair if I combine all your results together. So
yeah, we narrowly avoid exploding coming out of hyperdrive.
But it looks really, really cool. But also,
yeah, okay. Not only does it look really cool, so yes, you guys avoid damaging your headhunters. You guys avoid colliding into each other, and all 3 of you are there on the far side of the moon. But directly in front of you is a group of 4 TIE fighters patrolling the system, and they bank and turn in your direction.
Ace, you see those ties?
Yeah, I got them. I got them in front of me.
We better take them out before they notify the others.
You're right. Y'all ready to engage?
There's a burst over the comm of static, and then
unidentified craft. This is a restricted zone. State your purpose.
Anybody want to lie before we turn them into space dust?
Well, I'm okay at it. I could give it a go, I guess. What about you four? You want to do some talking for once, old man? I'll take that as a no. All right, so
We're all fine here. There's nothing wrong. Nothing strange is happening right now. You can go about your business. This is just a routine patrol, local law enforcement. Nothing to worry about.
All right, you can roll the deception.
Yep.
I'm going to flip on that one too.
Perfect. I was hoping you would. Difficulty?
It's average.
Imperial pilots are average.
1 advantage.
Okay. So they come back over the comm with.
Druckenwell is an Imperial planet. There is no local police force that isn't us. Are you sure about that? I was sent here by the governor. Governor.
Oh, can you remember it?
No, I can remember, but he failed it. So
okay.
No, you know what? Let's do it because he got an advantage. It's Kosovo, right?
Kosovo, yeah.
Yeah, Kosovo.
Yeah, we were sent here by Governor Kosovo. Yeah, you may have heard of him. He's our boss. We report directly to him. You report to Kosovo? Hold on, I'll have to radio back to confirm this. Stand by.
Snakes is grimacing to himself as he lies because he knows he's not good at this. He switches over his comms. All right, they bought a little bit of that. Maybe we should take the opportunity and just, take care of things.
I don't think there's any way that we can let them drive off with the information of having seen us at this point.
Or communicate back. Jam their communications.
Yeah, let's jam their communications. Continue the lie. Snakes, let's move in. When we get close enough, we'll engage.
All right, so you guys jamming communications here?
I thought I heard somebody say they took something that does that extra good.
I just have something I want to happen there, but I know that I'm going to fail the check.
I could have sworn somebody took an upgrade.
Didn't you take the upgrade?
I took...
Isn't it on your ship?
I don't think I took the jammer. I took the sensor spoofer, so they can't really get a fix on me. But I thought I could have sworn somebody took a jammer.
It's funny to me. Jamming is just like some mystical, vague Star Wars thing you just say.
You just turn the knob. Yeah.
But we may be jamless as a crew here.
No, it's something we can do.
It's an action.
Yeah.
It's an average computer checks to jam.
Oh, it's only average.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try and jam them while they're distracted. Would you like to upgrade?
Yes.
Okay. And I will also.
Because we just need more triumphant despairs.
Yeah.
I agree.
So Snake starts flipping through his tape deck. He's got Max Rebo, he's got Manchana and the Manxes, he's got Chandraza and the Core Drivers, and he settles on the newest single from the Max Rebo band, and he puts it in his deck, closes it up, switches it to what he thinks is their frequency, and he rolled an advantage and a despair.
No success?
No.
Of course. Because we let Mark roll.
Yeah, that was that was our first mistake.
That was the mistake.
Can the advantage be that Snakes knows that this isn't going to work and can have a boost on initiative?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, it's time for initiative now. I think the music blares right through Snake's headphones, and he realizes that, or actually, let's do it this way. The music blares into Snake's cockpit.
Yeah.
And looking down, he realizes that the aux port cable isn't plugged into the system. So it's just playing over the speakers.
Yeah, he doesn't have time to fumble with that and get it all set up.
Yeah. And the 4 ties you see kind of bank and accelerate to attack speed.
242, why'd you unplug my cord?
All right, let's roll some initiative. So the ties go first. They're kind of in the diamond delta pattern that you would think 4 ties would take, and they're flying in formation as they loop around. And as you guys accelerate your headhunters, they take a strafing run and are going to shoot at Snakes because he rolled the despair. Let's see. Combat-wise, I think we're at same silhouette, so it's always going to be average.
Yep.
But then you guys have deflector shields, right?
I do. I've got 1, so I believe that would be a setback.
Yeah. So the ties, obviously, we're expecting something entirely different than the maneuver that Snakes pulls as they come strafing by, and their formation plants themselves squarely in his crosshairs as they miss wildly. So they fail the threat.
Anybody mind if I take the first shot then?
Go for it.
Okay. Do they have another turn, or are you?
No, I'm doing one group of 4.
Minions. Okay. All right, so Snakes quickly banks left. He sees these ties coming. They fall right into his crosshairs. His Z-95 has an advanced targeting array, which helps a lot with this sort of thing. He's decent at, he's good. He's good at piloting. He's good at using his ship's weapons, but the advanced targeting array really, it's pretty nice. So he lines up his shot. So his normal skill is 2 yellows and a green. The advanced array upgrades gunnery once, twice, and then he's going to take a true aim maneuver. What that does is you gain the benefits of aiming, so that's a boost, and you upgrade the attack roll once. So ultimately he's rolling 4 yellows and a blue. What's the difficulty?
So you guys are in the same silhouette. Should be average.
Average. Okay. You want to do anything to those dice?
Let's upgrade.
Yeah. Of course.
Gotta use them like candy.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to give me all the despairs I want tonight, Mark.
I apparently am. But not this time. All right, so that is 3 successes and 4 advantages.
Okay.
That's going to be 9. Okay, I have never used Linked before. I believe I can trigger it with my advantages. Does that just do the same damage twice?
It does.
Okay, so that is a total of 18 damage and 1 advantage, which is, I think, putting one of the remaining ties, assuming that one of them at least went down, in a good spot for one of my wing mates to hit.
Yeah.
So those ties line up perfectly, and he just opens fire on them. Left cannon, right cannon, left cannon, right cannon. And he doesn't say anything clever because he can't think of anything.
Well, he doesn't have to at this point. I think the music's still blaring in the cockpit.
Oh yeah, he's just singing along. Lop D-neck, lop D-neck.
I think some of that music is coming through over Ace's communications, and Ace's like, Snakes, could you please turn that down just a little bit? We gotta keep this communication channel open. I can't hear myself think.
It's the latest single. It's great. You'll love it. Just listen to it. I'll be quiet. Just listen.
So Snakes takes out the front and rear tie of the diamond. They erupt in flame as the 2 wings head in opposite directions. They split and go out, breaking up their formation. And one of them arcs perfectly in front of whoever's going next.
Snake Z-95 sort of spins and goes upward
4 slides in right behind the beautifully set up shot that Snakes gave him. He takes a moment to aim, to give myself a blue dice, and then he fires. Let's see.
Ooh, can it be that? So Snakes, he fires on these 2, and then sort of does a half spin and moves up, and from like we're viewing it from the front, and the laser fire is going from the right and the left, and as he spins and goes up, 4's Z-95 is like right exactly perfectly behind and coming forward with the following volley of blaster fire.
Yeah, as a well-trained squadron, this maneuver is something you've done many times. It looks precise and beautiful.
4 successes and 2 advantage. And I believe the 2 advantage should be enough to also activate advantage, correct?
I believe it's 2 advantage to activate link, but I'm not looking it up.
I think that's right.
Fine. So that is what? Another 18.
Another 18. Well, I guess Ace should be very proud of his squadron as 4 banks left and takes out the one that was lined up and then loops right back around and takes out the other. So 18's enough for 2. So
yeah, Ace is just happy to facilitate an excellent maneuver with these 2 clones.
We call that the kneeling maneuver.
You kneel behind him, the other one pushes.
No. It's a venomous. It's a snake. Come on, man.
You
just like
snakes
the old days.
Nice job, boys.
Now what do? We just hide here and hope they don't send more.
Well, we did the best we could. This wasn't a perfect ideal situation. All we can do is hide out and wait. Keep a close eye, see and look for changes. I don't know. Any other suggestions from the Revenant squadron? Voice them now.
What's this moon like that we're sort of approaching right now?
Druckenwell system has 2 moons. You guys are at the outer moon, which is essentially an analog for Earth's moon. It's just gray and kind of potted with asteroid holes. It's not the inhabited moon for the system. Which is why you guys picked it for a hiding place originally. Typically, the TIE fighters don't come out this far, but a couple of despairs and they're patrolling far outside their normal patrol pattern.
Could one of us do possibly a perception check to spot a great place to put our Z-95s down in like the shadow of a crater or something?
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Shouldn't be Snakes.
Probably should be Ace, who hasn't gotten to roll yet.
Sure. I think Ace, your question, Snakes, makes Ace feel like he maybe isn't making the correct choice. So he's thinking. He's kind of nervously thinking this combat wasn't supposed to happen. And he looks around and
realizes he didn't get a difficulty.
Oh yeah, you're right. What's my difficulty?
So it's part of the plan, so it's average.
Good, that's what I rolled. That's unless you tell me, I'll probably just roll an average. I got 2 successes and a threat. So yeah, he looks around, and I think this moon has a very large crater, and it really sticks out from their point of view because it's in shadow right now with the light of the sun casting on it.
Excellent. So yeah, so you guys can make your way down there.
We've got a nice big crater on the moon. We think about that.
That one at about 2 o'clock?
At 2 o'clock, it's going to be a little cold, and nothing you boys aren't used to.
All right, let's head down.
I'm with you.
Thanks for joining us in the Dicey Cantina. Enjoying the show? Consider giving us a 5-star review on your favorite podcatcher, and reach out on Twitter at Dicey Cantina, shoot an email to diceycantina@gmail.com, or record us a message over on our page at anchor.fm. We'd love to hear from you. Your support truly helps the show grow. And for a preview of another exciting podcast, stay tuned after the credits. We want to say thanks to Mark, Doug, and Paul for joining us on this Purrgil Company adventure. You can hear more of Mark and Doug on Nightcast Creative's stellar podcast, Coruscant Nights, and The Other Place. Find out more about them at nightcastcreative.com or on your favorite podcatcher. And be sure to check out Doug's art at voidboy.art and Mark's work over at markceberhart.com. You can also find us all over on Discord, so be sure to check out the show notes for links to our popular hangouts. And guess what? We're now over 65% of the way to exceeding our Donate for Destiny goal. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Discord, where we'll be posting more opportunities on this fun way for you to make a difference. For more information, visit diceycantina.com/destiny. listen up for the following special preview, but in the meantime, that's all for now. So pull up a stool, and we'll see you here next week in the Dicey Cantina.
You could literally cut them all in half with one stroke.
Yeah, well, maybe.
I'm just saying there's no stun option.
Yes,
with
please
one of those
describe.
lifesavers.
Please describe what Desh just did to these three people.
Okay, all right. He becomes a maelstrom of whirling Jedi acrobatics.
Carp's eyes go wide.
Wider.
Yeah.
And I see him just going to town on these guys.
Hello there, and welcome to Coruscant Nights. Coruscant Nights is an actual play RPG podcast set during the Clone Wars era of the Star Wars universe. On Coruscant Nights, our goal is to bring as many different voices to the table as we can.
Faith. Oh, do I recognize this voice?
You do.
He just sighs. Oreo, is that you?
I'm so glad you remembered me.
Oh, I can never forget your voice. It chills the spine.
Oh.
You too.
Yes. Yep.
You're doing the job. You wanted to do it, you're doing it.
Wait, really? Point of interest, I did not want... You know what? It's fine.
Trask just slams a big claw hand over his face and goes, "We'll do it."